Thank you so much for joining us today in this Nepean Raiders game at the Iserman Arena, where today's game features the Nepean Raiders and the Brockville Braves. This is Romano DeFranco here, and said we're doing play-by-play for today's game. Do apologize for a bit of little technical difficulties because of the issues with the stream, and we're good to go here as Hubin gets hauled down, and this one, he'll lead this one up over to 20. You see who that is. It may be one of the new guys for the Braves. Nadeau. He has 2 goals this year for the Nepean Raiders. Both of them were on home ice. The Nepean Raiders had just killed off. They just killed off a penalty for the Braves. And Hubin with the shot on, he scores! Nick Hubin! Hooby-dooby-doo! That was off of a shot, and Trey Caracalo had no chance on. He didn't see where that is, and it's 1-0 for the Nepean Raiders. Okay, so if you have a bit of a replay on that one, oh yes, Hubin went 5-hole, and he beats Trey Caracalo. So it is 1-0 Nepean Raiders as we speak. Right, so it is Nick Hubin's 5th goal of the season. Okay, he has his 22 points now. He helps, that leads the Raiders in that. Actually, that puts him in 5th in team scoring, so scratch that. And it was on the first shot on net, so right. So in terms of who we got for the starting goalies, so speaking of that, Trey Caracalo, he's 1-0 lifetime against the Nepean Raiders. We'll get into our starting goalies during the next whistle, okay? As this is a giveaway, and this is a chance right on for Ryan McNally, and that one goes over top of the goal. Okay, so now let's get into our starting. Go over this, okay? So for our starting netminders, Trey Caracalo, he is 1-1-0 lifetime against the Nepean Raiders with a 3.07 is his goals against average, and Ketste Brandt has seen the Brockville Braves twice. One of the games he started, it was an 8-5 to win, and that was back in October 13th, and his previous game against the Brockville Braves, he didn't finish, and he was pulled for 4 goals in 15 minutes. 4 goals in, how do I say it, in 25 minutes. And you just saw Ketste Brandt come up with a really big save against Vital Denis. So, 12:52 left to go in this first period. It is 1-0 Nepean Raiders thanks to that goal by Nick Hubin. And Smith, he'll go into the boards. And this is a great chance for Nadeau. Nadeau fires, and that one is stopped by Trey Caracalo. Williamson, he's been riding high for the Nepean Raiders. Nadeau with the shot on. Save was made. 2 sensational saves made by Trey Caracalo. The first one off of Nadeau, and the other one from Carter Williamson. Right, and that one remains in Brockville territory. And this one, he'll lead this one up over to Peter Legostave. And that one with high pass was Hubin. Benoit, the captain for the Raiders. Over to Campbell, the shot on. That one didn't miss by much. As Benoit still has this in Brockville territory. And this Hubin drops this one over to Zach Benares for the Braves. Up over to Liam Harry for the Braves, and that one slided the net. Okay, having this one was Aiden Erbach now for the Brockville Braves. Liam Carroll the shot on. That gets gloved down by Liam Carroll. 11:22 left to go in this first period. It is 1-0 Raiders thanks to Nick Hubin's goal. All right, so keep an eye out for. It's the Raiders to continue their growing mastery against the Brockville Braves. All right, so Benoit and Campbell each have 16 goals on the year, but the points leader is Luca Benoit. He has 31 points ahead of Declan Campbell, which is great for the Raiders. A race for it. There will be no icing. Spencer Thompson for the Raiders. Leaves this one to Dave Taylor. Oh. We'll have this one over to Pollock. He scored the game-winning goal last month against the Ottawa Junior Sanders, and he's featured on the 12 goals of Christmas, and that one is icing. We just want to give a special shout-out to Kamani Eccleston of the Brockville Braves, because he just been committed to play for the Sudbury Wolves. So that's a big step in the right direction for Kamani Eccleston. The face-off has been won by the Braves. And this is a shot on. That was stopped by Trey Carachello. Leave this one to Brendan Paluzak. He has 23 points, and that leads the Braves. And that one whistled wide of the net. Campbell grabs this one back to Benoit. Benoit, that one, a high block was Paluzak. Carroll, what a move! Shot on, that gets stopped. Rebound, and just a great chance. And Trey Carachello comes up big. And they all go tumbling into the ice. Lumsden, who has 2 goals on the season, both happening for, one of them was on home and one of them was on the road. It's also worth mentioning that the Nepean Raiders, they're 4-1-0 in December, and should they win today's game, they'll be 5-1-0 in December. Campbell, and he gets drilled into the ice by Kellen Dostaller. And this one is a high pass. That one goes out of play. 9:37 left to go in this first period. It is 1-0 for the Raiders. Right, so the Raiders are out shooting the Brockville Braves 7-3. Tyler Smith will take the face-off against Peter Legostave, and Legostave will win the face-off for the Brockville Braves. Okay. This is a great chance. And Williamson, he gets tripped up, and there is, we've got a penalty here. Is it going to Nepean or Brockville? Let's find out. Right, so, yeah, it will be the Nepean Raiders will be penalized here. They just killed off a Brockville power play, and they'll get back to work. And despite Nepean's improved stretch on the penalty kill, it still ranks 12th place in the CCHL standings. Okay, this is a great chance to number 25 for the Brockville Braves. I'll get into a bit more detail, see who that is. McNally, now for the Braves. Shoots! Save was made by Cat-State Brant, and that's still in Nepean territory. This one will perhaps this back to McNally, back over to Kellen Dostaller for the Braves. And this one goes up over to Dylan Pollock now for the Braves. And that will be part of the Nepean Raiders' penalty kill. Lego stave now for the Brockville Braves. And we'll leave this one to Veneris. Veneris back over to Dosteller. And we'll leave this one to Jesse Lumsden. That's the former Smiths Falls Bear. Lumsden was acquired in last year's trade deadline from the Smiths Falls Bears, and they had to trade Owen Watson and Lucas Culhane. There's a chance now for the Braves with 30 seconds left to go in the Brockville Braves power play. They have time for only this rush. Jesse Lumsden, with 16 seconds left to go in the Braves power play, have time for only this rush. Legacy with the shot. That was a glove save made by Cat State Brent, and that's still out. It's still in Nepean territory, and there is going to be a slashing call coming up to see who that is. Oh, it's going to the Brockville Braves. It's Vital Denis for the Braves. And with 3 seconds, that will just kill off the Brockville power play. So now it's Nepean's turn on the power play. Okay, so for power play, the Raiders are at 6th place. And it's just behind the Brockville Braves with 21.6%. That's pretty good. Right, so a high pass was Dave Taylor. I'm going to make that John Lumsden for the Raiders. Lumsden, and he'll lead this to Benoit. Back over to Campbell. It's still in Brockville territory as part of the Nepean Raiders power play. Carroll over to Lumsden, the shot on. They say it's in the net. Okay, so John Lumsden fires one from the point. And it may have been deflected in, but nonetheless, it's a 2-0 game for the Nepean Raiders on the power play. If you have a good replay on that, I'm pretty sure that was tipped or it had eyes, but that was a great shot off from the point by Lumsden. But nonetheless, the Nepean Raiders have a 2-0 lead. That's what they need. Okay, so it's his 3rd goal of the season. That's pretty good for the Stittsville, Ontario native. Their veteran players are just stepping it up, and that's really good for them. And so you have Mamma Mia going on in the background. Yeah, just having a bit of a rabid good time. Jack Yates for the Raiders. And he'll lead this one to Spencer Thompson. Waiting in was Owen Smedham. He's been one of those players riding high for the Raiders, being one of those guys who's been playing very well lately. Drops this one over to Karpashov now for the Braves. That's who number 22 is. He's from Kiev, Ukraine. And that's the same place where Ruslan Fedotenko grew up. Robitaille. And speaking of Ruslan Fedotenko, he's a 2-time Stanley Cup championship winner with the Lightning and the Pittsburgh Penguins. And his favorite player when he came to North America was Wayne Gretzky. So Nadeau back over to Thompson now for the Raiders. Thompson. Ooh, and he just gets hammered in by Aiden Erbach for the Brockville Braves. And 5:28, and that one is touched up for icing. It is 2-0 for the Raiders. Hubin and John Lumsden with the goals for the Nepean Raiders. Right, Nathan Kirsten, that's who number 20 is for the Brockville Braves. And Max Teppo is number 25 for the Brockville Braves. Thanks for pairing with me. Faceoff was won by the Raiders as Dylan Pollock now for the Raiders. They'll leave this one up over to Harry for the Braves, and that one gets blocked. Here's a good chance now for Kellen Dolsteller. Dolsteller shot, and that gets stopped by Cutstay Brandt. Pollock now for the Nepean Raiders. There's a good chance. He goes over to Kingan with the shot, and that gets stopped by Caracillo. Thankfully, though, the Nepean Raiders will make a great recovery following that air shot. Goes up over to Nadeau. That's a turnover for the Braves. Shot on, stick save made by Cutstay Brandt. That one will just go up and out of play. It is 2-0 Raiders on goals from Nick Hoopin and John Lumsden. Taco Body. Ooh, yeah. Yep, and that was Funky Town. You guys may have heard that from Shrek 2. And that one goes over to Tyler Smith for the... Make that Peter Friel for the Raiders. And leave this one up over to Zach Maneris for the Braves. Friel, he was the guy who had one of two Nepean Raiders goal in that 7-2 loss to the Navan Grads. Yep, and he's featured in the 12 Goals of Christmas, and that's will be uploaded later on today, as that one is stopped by Trey Caracillo. Friel drops this one over to Carter Williamson. And, he gets drilled in by Lumsden for the Brockville Braves, Jesse Lumsden. Peter Friel leaves this one over to Tyler Smith now for the Nepean Raiders. Smith. And leaves this one to Lumsden. Back over to Legastave now for the Braves. Legastave, and blocking that pass was Liam Carroll. Shoots, and that one whistled wide of the net. Missing it was Jesse Lumsden. Ooh, and Alex Cote gets trailed into the ice. Oh, Nepean putting on a clinic here. Denis with the shot on. That gets stopped by Cutstay Brandt, and that will be sucked into safety. Williamson now for the Raiders. And he'll drop this one back to Zach Maneris. He's waiting for his team to get set up. Oh, just make that Max Teppo, as that's still in Nepean territory. And this one goes up over to Benoit now for the Raiders. That's it back to Taylor. Campbell was shot on. That gets stopped by Trey Caracillo. Oh, it's Trey Caracillo. It's just like Pinocchio. As Caracillo will play this one up over to Liam Harry. Spencer Thompson, he'll drop this back to Benoit. Nice move! Shot on, and Caracillo makes the save. And Luca Benoit, great chance to make this 3-0 for the Raiders. And Trey Caracillo makes a big save for the Brockville Braves. Shoots, and that one is stopped by Cutstay Brandt on Ryan McNally. Harry, missing that pass was Tristan Fidel for the Brockville Braves. Campbell, and he's in battle with Tristan Fidel for the Braves with 1:32 left to go in this first period. And the Nepean Raiders have a 2-0 lead. And a high pass was Benoit. Benoit, great move again, shoots, and Caracillo makes the save off of Declan Campbell. Right, so we'll have our out-of-town scoreboard coming up in a couple minutes. Right, so we have one other game that's going on right now. The Pembroke Lumber Kings and the Rockland Nationals are still scoreless in the second period. That's the only other game that's ongoing right now. As we got Twisted Sister in the background. Smedham now for the Nepean Raiders. 1:10 left to go in this first period. Nepean Raiders have a 1-0 lead thanks to goals from Nick Hoban and John Lumsden. Offside has been waved off. And Jesse Lumsden for the Braves. Lead this one to Smedham. Nadeau. Oh, nice save was made by Tristan Caraculo, and everyone will get back to center ice. Lumsden over to Yates. Yates. Oh, and missing that pass was Owen Robitaille. That was a pretty good scoring chance for Owen Robitaille to make this 3-0 for the Raiders. Just like they did the last game against the Campbell 73s, and that's what chased Ryland Donovan out of the game. That's the Ottawa 67's prospect. Losing his stick was Dylan Pollock. Or just make that Owen Kingan for the Raiders. 7 seconds left to some time to spare. And icing will be waved off, and that should just about do it for this first period at the Nepean Sportsplex Steve Eiserman Arena. And the Nepean Raiders have a 2-0 lead against the Brockville Braves. That was a great first period for the Nepean Raiders. Yeah. Okay, so like I said before, the Raiders with goals from Nick Hoban and John Lumsden. Okay. Lumsden's goal came on the power play. All right. So that's what we have in this first period. Like I said during the game, there's one other game going on right now. The Brockville Nationals and the Pembroke Lumber Kings are still scoreless entering into the second period. This is unusual because usually on Sundays, the Pembroke Lumber Kings have night games. So we'll just make an exception to that. One game happening underway, the Campbell 73s, they visit the Carleton Place Canadians, and this will be pretty much like their final games until, like, I think the Christmas break, I suppose. So there are no OHL out-of-town scoreboards. Okay, but the Ottawa 67s are 3-1-1 in their 9-game road trip. An update, the Ottawa Senators, they're on a season-high 6-game win streak. And it's the first time that since the 2016-17 season in March that they've done that. And the Ottawa Senators are looking to continue their excellent work ethic. We'll see if they can continue to do so as they visit the Edmonton Oilers. One other game happening in the NHL right now. The Carolina Hurricanes have a 2-1 lead against the New York Rangers in the third period. And games happening later on at the Amalie Arena in Tampa. The Lightning will play hosts to the defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Okay. At 5 p.m., the Capitals will visit. They will welcome the Los Angeles Kings to the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., which is the capital city of the United States of America. And also, the Utah Hockey Club will welcome the Anaheim Ducks. And later on today, the Seattle Kraken will visit the Colorado Avalanche at the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. All right, so like I said, it's 2-0 for the Nepean Raiders. Yeah, unfortunately, the Buffalo Sabres, they're having a pretty bad stretch lately. They've lost 13 straight games now. Yeah, it's their longest losing streak since the 2020-2021 season in March. Yeah, they're looking for answers and wanting to get out of this slump. And like I said, it's the Nepean Raiders 2, the Brockville Braves 0. just wanted to give a shout out to Pat Sarda and Pietro Ianni and Kelly Hurd for the help for this broadcast. So, like I said, 2-0 Raiders in this first period intermission going into the second. When we come back on, we'll have the call for the second period. Okay, so we would like to welcome you back to the Nepean Sportsplex Steve Eiserman Arena, where today's game features the Nepean Raiders and the Brockville Braves. Right, so my name is Romano DeFranco, and I'll be doing play-by-play for this live stream for today's game. Okay. Alright, so let's talk about what happened in that first period, alright? Okay, so the Raiders have a 2-0 lead, and it's thanks to goals from Nick Hubin and John Lumsden. Alright, so that one came on the power play. Alright, so Nick Hubin with his 5th goal of the season, assisted from Nathan Nadeau and Carter Williamson. For Nadeau, it's his first assist in the Nepean Raiders uniform. Hubin's goal, as a result of that, currently it still puts him in the top 5 in point scoring for the Raiders. That's the same thing that goes for John Lumsden for the Nepean Raiders. It's his 3rd tally of the season. That also puts him, it still puts him in the top 5 in Raiders scoring. That's pretty good. Okay, so, and the Raiders, they had to kill off 2 penalties in that first period. And both of them came from Owen Kingan from interference and tripping, which, mind you, Kingan is in the top 20 in penalty minutes, and he would like to stay disciplined a little bit more, so we'll just have to see what that happens here. Okay, so Nepean and Brockville, this is the last time this season the Brockville Braves will visit the Nepean Sportsplex Steve Eiserman Arena. The Raiders, they have both teams were coming off pretty decisive wins here. Like I said, Nepean was coming off a 5-2 win against the Campbell 73s, which is very good. And Cat State Brand has been solid again here in this game for the Raiders. Let's see. Okay, so the Brockville Braves, they also had a game against the Campbell 73s, and that game was a 2-1 final score for the Brockville Braves. Okay, so like I said, the next time these 2 teams meet together, it will pretty much be like the final day of the regular season. So yeah, it will just be like a long ways away from then. Think about it, we're like in December, and these 2 teams don't meet against each other until March 16th, which will be like the regular season finale, and then, depending on what happens, playoffs. Right, so both teams are 4-1-0 in their last 5, and should Nepean win this game, if they do, then they'll go 5-1-0 to cap off the month of December. And I guess that's a sign that the Raiders do not want the month of December to end. So yeah. Okay. I think we just saw a bit of a swap in goal for the Brockville Braves. I'm not sure. Is it supposed to be? Oh, okay. So Trey Craculo is out and he's being substituted by. See who that is? It is Nate Gillis. All right. So Nate Gillis, he'll start in goal for the 2nd period for the Brockville Braves, with the Brockville Braves trailing in this game 2-0. Right, so that is an unexpected goaltending change for the start of this 2nd period. Right, so both teams will go ahead and tap their sticks to make some noise. All right. All right, and maybe wait for a little bit. All right, so let's talk about a few other things while we're waiting for this brief little delay for a second. Cat State Brant, if he wins today's game, he'll go to 7-6 on the year. He is currently 6-6 in goal for the Raiders. All right, so that will just about do it as puck drop just took place in second period. Right, so as I explained, Nate Gilson goal, and wow, just 14 seconds in to the second period, and the Brockville Braves have cut the lead in half, and it is Zach Meneres with the goal, and we have a bit of a replay on that goal here. Wow, that was a great goal by Zach Meneres, and he had this one wide open, and Cat State Brant did not see that for a second. Right, so it is 2-1, the Raiders lead. Right, so as I said, Zach Meneres has scored the goal for the Brockville Braves, and it is 2-1, the Nepean Raiders lead. If Brockville scores another one, then Trey Caraculo goes for a no-decision start in goal, and they score again! It is Vital Denis with the goal, and whoa! And 2 goals that fast. It came within a span of 44 seconds. Wow! All right, so we have a bit of a good replay on that. Vital Denis. Yeah, he had a pretty great celebration with that goal. So it's official. Trey Caraculo goes for a no-decision start in goal. So it is an even-Steven game up to this point. And this one is Karen Mann now for the Raiders. Drops this one back to Peter Friel. And over to Dylan Pollock. That one is blocked. And grabs this one to Alex Cote for the Brockville Braves. Right, so 18:58 left to go in the second period. It's 2-2. Remember the video highlights will be available on the Nepean Raiders official YouTube channel, as well as the Raiders official website. Remember to subscribe to the Nepean Raiders YouTube channel and be part of the Raiders Nation today. The puck battle continues at center ice. One goes into the Brockville zone, and Dylan Pollock chasing after Tristan Fadal for the Braves. Cote now for the Braves. He leaves this one over to Liam Harry, and that one is covered up by Ketste Brant. Oh, we did have a little bit of pushing and shoving in the crease. 18:36 left to go in this second period, and it's tied 2-2. The face-off will be at Osira Cat State Brant's right. And the Brockville Braves will go ahead and win the face-off. Right, and we'll do it again. And speaking of the Nepean Raiders official YouTube channel, the 12 Goals of Christmas will be uploaded later on today, if not tomorrow. The face-off will be, and Brockville wins the face-off. That one gets blocked by Jack Yates. Yates and goes tumbling down to the ice. This one goes over to Max Treppo now for the Braves. Carroll, he assisted on the John Lumsden goal. Dostaller now for the Braves. It's a turnover. And that one goes up over to, it's in Brockville territory, and Brockville is out shooting the Raiders in this second period, 3-0. It is 2-2. Shot on, that gets stopped by Ketste Brant. Okay. Let's see. Vladimir Kaprashov is number 22. Yates now for the Raiders. And as I said before, that Karpashov is from Kyiv, Ukraine. And that is still in Brockville territory. And this one goes up over to the newcomer in Mikhail Karaman now for the Raiders. He was acquired by Nepean as part of a 3-team trade from the Pembroke Lumber Kings and the Renfrew Wolves, respectively. This one goes over to Pollock. Leaves this one to Jesse Lumsden. What a move by Legastev with the shot on, and what a save made by Kat-Stay Brandt off of Vital Denis, who scored the game-tying goal for the Brockville Braves. And he helped eliminate the loss for the Brockville goalie and Trey Correculo. There will be a face-off in Kat-Stay Brandt's left. And the face-off was won by the Brockville Braves. And here's Kingen, and he's chasing after Zach Maneris, who has one of 2 Brockville's goals. Okay, and he'll leave this one up over to Max Trepo. Trepo goes up over to Poluzak with the shot, and that one it's gloved down by Otsira Kat-Stay Brandt. Kat-Stay Brandt, he'll make his 6th consecutive starting goal for the Raiders. All right. So Nepean has won 2 of 3 games against the Brockville Braves, including a 6-5 win at the Brockville Memorial Center on October 25th. Face-off has been won by the Nepean Raiders. And he'll leave this for Liam Carroll. Grabs this back to Alex Cote for the Braves. Almost a giveaway here for the Braves. Lumsden over to Williamson. He has points in the last 5 games for the Nepean Raiders. He's added another one here when he assisted on the Nick Hubin goal. And it's been 4 minutes, and Nepean has not even tested Nate Gillis. Okay, so Lumsden, and we'll go over to Friel. Goes back over to Lumsden. We'll leave this one to Caden Buller for the Braves, and there's a huge hit. Friel, shot on, and that I thought Nate Gillis ended up making that save for the Brockville Braves. And we'll get into Nate Gillis' stats in a bit. And I'll leave this one over to Liam Harry. Nick Hubin, you try to do a wraparound, and it's the first shot on goal in this second period for the Raiders, as McNally for the Braves. Missing that one was Vital Denis. And this is a chance now for Hubin. Hubin again, the shot on, big save made by Nate Gillis. And he hangs on with 15 minutes left to go in the second period. And Nate Gillis makes his first big save of the night. Right, so Nate Gillis, he's played a game for the Brockville Braves. He is 1-0 in that only game. That only win came against the Campbell 73s. They just signed him to a contract for the remainder of the season for the Brockville Braves. Benoit, that one gets blocked by the Braves defense. And leave this one up over to Tristan Fadel. The shot and a blocker save made by Otsira Kat-Stay Brandt. This is a chance for Luca Benoit. Poluzak is chasing him. And Campbell drops this, and right pass, and Hubin was not ready for that one. And it's a great opportunity for Legastave, and that one didn't miss by much. It's still in Nepean territory. Declan Campbell now for the Raiders, and as I said, he has 16 goals on the year, tied with Luca Benoit, but his 30 points trail that of Benoit, who has 31. 14:07 left to go in the second period, and it's 2-2. Two of Brockville's goals happened in the span of 44 seconds, not even a minute. As Bowler will get tossed out of the face-off. Nepean will win that face-off. Shot on, and it was a good thing that Casti Brandt was alert on that one. Hubin now for the Nepean Raiders, and he'll clear this one into Brockville territory. Shots on net are even they're 14-13 favored Nepean. Shoots, that one is blocked by Gillis. And this is a great opportunity now for Caden Buller. Buller the shot, that gets blocked, and that one is gloved down by Osira Catste Brandt. 13:35 left to go in the second period. We haven't seen any scoring since those aforementioned goals. I guess it's on the defensive side of things, so yeah. There will be a face-off into Osira Catste Brandt's left. Nick Hoban will take the face-off against Alex Cote for the Raiders, for the Braves, that is. And this one, Brandt was thinking of gloving this one down, but play will continue. Hopping behind the net now, as stepping in was Benares. Carroll now for the Raiders. Up over to Campbell. Hubin. He has one of two Nepean's goals. As this one will lead this one over to Christian Fadel. He's from St. Lazare, Quebec. And Benoit one-timer. That one is stopped by Nate Gillis. He hasn't been tested very much, but he has two big saves. Right, so Nepean has won all 5 games last season against the Brockville Braves, including a 2-1 win 11 months ago. That was the only game at the Nepean Sportsplex Steve Eiserman Arena for those two teams, as the first game October 1st happened in the Alan J. McDonald #2 because the Eiserman Arena wasn't ready at that time. Nepean has it, and having it is Josh Caesar. Taylor waits in, shoots, and a pad save was made by Nate Gillis. And the puck battle continues. And we have Vital Denis. That one gets turned over. This one, he'll leave this one up over to Karaman for the Raiders. Oh, and Dylan Pollock falls down to the ice. This is a great opportunity for Vital Denis. Denis with a move. And that one did not miss by much. 11:45 left to go in this second period, and it's 2-2. Okay. Kinghan for the Raiders. And we'll leave this one over to Mikhail Karaman. He's from Canada, Ontario. Drops this back to Josh Caesar, and Caesar. And we'll leave this one up over to Pollock. And we'll leave this one up over to Palusak now for the Braves. Let's make that Ben Albright. Now Ben Albright. As the battle continues in behind Nepean territory, Nadeau, Kingin, leaves this one to Friel. His goal against the Navin Grads put that one on the highlight reel. Oh, and leave this one up over to Aiden Erbach. And he'll leave this one up over to Herb Albright. And that one is stopped by Cat State Brand. Friel for the Raiders. Great opportunity for Friel. He's being watched by Christian Fidel. 10:25 left to go in this second period, and it's 2-2, our score for now. And it leaves this one to Peter Friel. And we'll leave this one up over to Caden Buller. Buller, nice move, shooting right on, and a glove save made by Cat State Brant. All right, and just to let, and I also want to give a special shout out to Whit Profit, because on the CCHL website he shared the previous Nepean Raiders video. It's the Campbell 73, so, and Whit, if you're listening to this live stream, shout out to you. Raiders win the face-off. And Campbell for the Raiders. Ooh, missing that one was Luca Benoit. And Nate Gillis will hang on with 9:55 left to go in this second period. Score tied 2-2. Just to let you know, the Nepean Raiders highlights will be posted on the Raiders website as well as their official YouTube channel. And remember to subscribe to the Nepean Raiders official YouTube channel and be part of the Raiders Nation today. And the Brockville Braves will win the face-off. And we'll leave this one to Veneris. He has one of 2 Brockville Braves goals today. And that's still in Nepean territory, and leaving this one to Liam Harry. He's being held in by Campbell. Great move by Vital Denis. Denis drops this one back to Albright, and that one missed the net. Make that Max Trepo. 9:20 left to go in the second period, and it's 2-2. It's in Brockville territory. Brockville Braves are outshooting the Raiders 18-16 as Denis with the shot on, and a big save was made by Osira Cat State Brant. All right, so with 9:07 left to go in the second period, and it's 2-2. All right, just to give you guys an update here. The Carleton Place Canadians have a 1-0 lead against the Campbell 73s at the end of one period of play at the Carleton Place Arena, Rink 1. Okay, and the Rockland Nationals and the Pembroke Lumber Kings are tied at 1 apiece at the end of the second period. So finally, we get to see goals from either side in this one. Nate Gillis and Cat State Brant have been nice and tidy in each zone. And there is going to be a delayed penalty call to the Brockville Braves. All right, and it's a tripping minor. Right, so this will give Nepean an opportunity to go on the power play. They are 1 for 1 on the man advantage. Lumsden with the goal on that opportunity, and Jesse Lumsden will get the gate for tripping. Right, so let's see if they can go 2 for 2. Why not? As the Brockville Braves will win the face-off. There's Tyler Smith. Ooh, leaves this one to Spencer Thompson. Now for the Raiders, Thompson. And he's being watched in by Liam Harry. Smith, back to Taylor. Back to Tyler Smith. David Taylor goes over to Spencer Thompson with the shot, and that one missed the net. You know, the Nepean Raiders are just pouring on the pressure on the Brockville Braves. See if that continues in this power play. Taylor. Oh, wait. Is there a penalty on the play? There is. And if Nepean gets penalized for this, this will cancel their power play, as we'll skate 4-on-4 as Peter Friel will be escorted to the penalty box. face-off to Sarah Cat State Brant's right. Ruben will win the face-off, and you have John Lumsden. He's being chased by McNally for the Braves. Campbell, though, shot on, and I think Nate Gillis got a piece of that one. Here's Campbell. Grabs this one to Carroll. Hubin in front, and that one gets blocked. Campbell grabs this one back to Nick Holtman. And this is a great opportunity for the Braves, and they'll just kill off the 40 seconds. If Brockville's penalty expires, then the Braves will be on the power play for a little bit. So Nepean has killed off 2 penalties, both to Owen Keenan. This time will be to Peter Friel. This one goes up over to McNally. Shoots, and that one is stopped. And the defender lost his stick. So the Raiders got to be careful. And Campbell now for the Raiders. Stops, waits a couple moves, and that one is turned over. And that will be icing with 1 second left to go in the penalty to Jesse Lumsden. And for 42 seconds, the Brockville Braves will be on the power play. Keep that in mind. 6:50 left to go in the second period, and no goals since those 2 goals by Zach Beniris and Vital Denis. And the Raiders will win that face-off. Taylor back over to Spencer Thompson, and that one is stopped by Nate Gillis. And so the Brockville Braves have 30 seconds on their power play. This one, Lumsden for the Braves. Nice moves, see what he does. Ooh, that just would have been a wraparound. This one goes over to Harry for the Braves. Drops this one back over to Caden Buller. Buller, as he's being watched by Owen Smenham, grabs this back to Jesse Lumsden. Up over to Tristan Fidel, and that one whistled wide of the net. And that will just about do it for the Brockville Braves power play. Oh, that one hit iron, and the rebound! Whoa! Just as Brockville's power play had expired, ooh, the Nepean Raiders they dodged a bullet. And I think we got a bit of a stoppage here, and we're just checking to see if Cat State Brant's okay, but oh my, if you look on that replay, man, the Brockville Braves would have had the lead for the first time today. But Cat State Brant was very lucky to have his best friend, the goalpost. Okay, so we have one of the Raiders trainers trying to look on Cat State Brant and see if he's doing okay. And just in case Darcy Murphy is getting ready, in case Cat State Brant goes down with an injury. That's the backup for the Nepean Raiders, by the way. Darcy Murphy has not seen any action in this regular season. And I'm not sure why the penalty box door is open. I guess everything will be safe for now, as Brockville will go ahead and win that face-off. And this is a great opportunity for the Brockville Braves. Shot on, and they score! It is Brandon make that second goal of the game for Zach Ramirez. And it is 3-2 Brockville Braves. Yeah, I guess they must have capitalized on that opportunity that they had from that hit goal post, and Zach Ramirez makes them pay. It is 3-2 Brockville. All right, so the Raiders are looking to storm back to tie this game at 3. And Zach Ramirez has 2 goals of the game, if he scores again, then he'll complete the hat trick just like Colin Holmes did that one game against the Nepean Raiders. So 5:17 left to go in the second period. Brockville Braves have a 3-2 advantage. Nepean is looking to storm back from this. And Luca Benoit leads this one to Carroll. And Carroll drops this one back to Owen Robitaille. Robitaille shoots! And that one whistled wide of the net. And the rebound for Luca Benoit! That one is stopped by Nate Gillis. Whoa. That was a great chance for Nepean to tie this game at 3-3, but didn't miss by much from Liam Carroll, but Luca Benoit, a great chance to tie this game, and Nate Gillis just closed the door. All right, so Cote will get tossed out of the face-off as the Brockville Braves will win the face-off. And that one goes up over to Aiden Erdbach. And this one will leave us over to Alex Cote for the Brockville Braves. David Taylor, and he's being watched in by Alex Cote. And that will get a stoppage with 4:24 left to go in this second period. And it's 3-2 for the Brockville Braves. All right, so Benares scored twice in the game, and the only other goal scored was from Vital Denis. That's maybe hit me one more time with Britney Spears here. Right, so Lumsden for the Nepean Raiders. Over to Hubin. Nice move. Campbell shooting right on. What a save made by Nate Gillis! Whoa, this is like a Dominic Hasek-like rollover. Just would have been 3-3. Man, great chance. Okay, if we get a replay on this one, man, Declan Campbell with a great opportunity for the Nepean Raiders, and Nate Gillis with a Dominic Hasek-like rollover keeps this one a 3-2 lead for the Brockville Braves. So 3:52 left to go in this second period. Brockville Braves have a 3-2 lead. Josh Caesar, and he's watching Alex Cote for the Brockville Braves. And Erdbach for the Braves. He'll lead this one over to Vladimir Karpashov for the Brockville Braves. Shoots, that one gets blocked. And Karpashov, he'll toss this one to the Nepean territory. Like, toss him overboard. And Lumsden now for the Brockville Braves, and he'll lead this one over to Peter Legastev. Legastev for the Braves, he'll lead this one to Jesse Lumsden. David Taylor for the Raiders. Taylor back over to Spencer Thompson now for the Raiders, and that one gloving that one down is Nate Gillis. So no problem there for Gillis. And Nepean will win the face-off. And this one will just go over to Gavin Clark now for the Brockville Braves. Leave this one over to Dostaller for the Braves. Thompson, and he get almost a turnover. Yates drops this one to Owen Robitaille. And goes over to Cutstay Brandt. Thompson now for the Raiders. 2:20 left to go in this second period. Brockville Braves have a 3-2 lead. That offside has been waved off. And this one goes up over the Buller. That one didn't miss by much. So crashing into the Nepean goal is Spencer Thompson, and he's trying to get back up. And he does. All right, so the referees will try to get that net straightened up. Great, so Sarah Cat State Brandt's left is the face-off is taking place. So Nepean will win the face-off. Peter Friel drops this one back to Carter Williams. So the shot, save is made by Nate Gillis again! And there's a rebound! Oh man! Some big saves made by Nate Gillis. Holy smokes. As the Brockville Braves still has this one in Nepean territory. And he'll lead this one over to Aiden Erbach. Erbach drops this one back to Liam Harry. Drops this one back to Nathan Nadeau. Peter Friel now for the Raiders. This is a chance now for Carter Williamson. Williamson want to move. Nate Gillis makes the save. All right, over to McNally for the right side, and a big save was made by Cat State Brandt off of Ryan McNally. Vital Deneen now. Drops this one back to Fidel. Fidel with the shot, and that one is stopped by Osira Cat State Brandt. And Tyler Smith lost his stick. This is the second time this period that this has happened to the Raiders when the defender loses a stick. Right, so Nepean is looking to tie this game at 3. Paluzak. Drop this one back over to Alex Cote. As the puck battle continues in front of the Brockville Braves bench. And offside has been waved off. Oben for the Raiders. Leave this one to Luca Benoit. Drops this one back to Campbell, the shot, and that one is stopped by Nate Gillis. Up over to Brendan Paluzak for the Raiders. Not that it matters much, it's because that will just about do it for this second period at the Nepean Sportsplex Steve Eiserman Arena. Okay, so after 40, the Brockville Braves outshoot the Nepean Raiders 25-23. It is 3-2 for the Brockville Braves. Zach Manera scored twice in the period, and Vital Denis with the goal for the Braves. And you know, the Nepean Raiders has some quality chances to tie the game at 3. Love those chances, but unfortunately, Nate Gillis, since coming in that second period for Trey Caraculo, Gillis is just absolutely incredible. Right, so that's exactly where it is we stand as of right now for the game against the Nepean Raiders and the Brockville Braves. This is the last game of the 2024 portion of the season, and we have a Christmas break coming up. All right, so out-of-town scoreboards. The Rockland Nationals have a 1-1 tie against the Pembroke Lumber Kings. Let's see here. Jason Allegria with his 31st goal of the season, and that puts him in first place in the CCHL in that department. Okay, but that lead would be short-lived as Anthony Hall scored his 18th of the season. This is from Josh O'Connor. But for Allegria's 31st, that's pretty good for the overager. Yep. And one other game happening. The Carleton Place Canadians have a 1-0 lead against the Campbell 73s. Trying to see where that goal come from. Finn Barton with his 11th goal of the season, assisted from Mason Cully. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Let's get to see our OHL's out-of-town scoreboards. Just give me a second. Oh yeah, schedule. Alright, so this is just an update. There are no OHL out-of-town scoreboards. Okay. Right? And the Ottawa 67s, they are... Alright, so they're 2-1-1 on this 9-game road trip. Their next home game won't be until Wednesday, January 8th against the Brampton Steelheads. So it's nice to see that the 67s are doing very well in this lengthy road trip. Okay, so one final in the NHL, the Carolina Hurricanes won by a final count of 3-1. At the Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida, the Lightning will play host to the Florida Panthers, who are the defending Stanley Cup champions. At the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., the Capitals will play host to the Los Angeles Kings. The Utah Hockey Club will host the Anaheim Ducks, and at the the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado, the Colorado Avalanche will play host to the Seattle Kraken. Also, the Ottawa Senators will look to extend their winning streak when they visit the Edmonton Oilers at the Rogers Arena in Edmonton, Alberta. This is the first time this season that the Sens have won 6 in a row since the 16-17 season in March. And yeah, the Ottawa Senators have something going on right now, so gotta give them credit for that. Alright, and as for the Buffalo Sabres, oh man, they're on a long losing streak, having lost 13 in a row thanks to last night's 3-1 score against the Boston Bruins. Joe Sacco is now 10-4-0 since he was named interim head coach, replacing Jim Montgomery of the Boston Bruins. Yeah, the Buffalo Sabres, 13 games that they lost. It's the longest of the season, and their longest since the 2020-2021 season in March. Yeah. I just checked the standings. Ooh. Not looking good. They're at the basement of the Eastern Conference. And not only that, but I think with Chicago's one win that they had against the Buffalo Sabres, let's see where that puts them in the league. Oh yeah, they're sitting at the basement as one of the worst teams in the NHL. Ugh. Yes. Alright, so that will just about do it for this second period intermission show. And also, just to let you know, before we sign off for the second period intermission, just to let you know, for football fans, if you're looking for something to do, you can listen to Let's Take the Man's Money with Gio on CKVJ 107.9, Ottawa's new music, every Sundays from 10 to 11 now, because just want to give a special shout out to Giorgio, who is in Colombia, so he'll still have everything all sorted out for you, but like I said, only 2 more weeks of the show left to go, and we're done for the season. Well, besides the NFL playoffs, pretty much. So, all right. So, like I said before, the Nepean Raiders, they're looking to tie this game at 3, as they find themselves trailing 3-2. Only time will tell if the Nepean Raiders will get back in this game. And yeah, so this is Romano DeFranco, and we're signing out of this second period intermission. Don't go anywhere just yet. We'll have the call for the third period. Hello, everyone, and we would like to welcome you back to the Nepean Sportsplex Steve Eiserman Arena for today's game against the Nepean Raiders and the Brockville Braves. I'm Romano DeFranco, and I'll be doing the play-by-play for this live stream against the Raiders and the Braves. Just to let you know, I want to give a shout out to Pat Sarda and Pietro Ianni and Kelly Hurd for helping us out on the live stream. So the Brockville Braves, to start out this second period, scored 2 quick goals from Vital Dene and Zach Benares, who scored twice in that period. All right, and a special shout out to Josh Primo for pointing that out. So Vital Dene. All right, so that's exactly where it is we stand right now. The Brockville Braves they have a 3-2 lead. Nepean is looking to score one more goal to tie the game at 3. Just to let you know, we just want to take this opportunity to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays and all the best for 2025. Okay, and just to let you know, the 12 Goals of Christmas will be uploaded to the Raiders official YouTube channel later on today, if not tomorrow. That depends on how much time that I got left to make the highlights for the Raiders and the Braves, which will be coming up right after the game. That's definitely going to be a today thing for me. All right, so that's exactly where it is we stand as of right now. The Nepean Raiders find themselves trailing 3-2 to the Brockville Braves. They just need one goal to tie it. You know, if anyone believes in miracles, I think this is it right here for the Raiders. You know, they've done this many times over the course of last season. I think they did it again this year, which is pretty good for the Raiders. Okay, so the Raiders players are just about to make their way back onto the ice, and we're just still waiting on the Brockville Braves players. Okay. All right, so when we come back, we'll have the call for the third period. All right, so we're just about getting ready for the start of this third period, okay? So, like I said, I'm Romano DeFranco doing play-by-play for this live stream. And Thompson will clear that to the Brockville Braves to start off the third period. So Nepean is looking to tie the game. Whoa! And that one goes up in the air, and thankfully, though, that stayed in. Man, just would have tied the game at 3. Great chance for the Raiders So Vital Dene now with the shot, and that one goes, that stays in Nepean territory. Dene, that's still in Nepean territory. And it's 19:15 left to go in this third period. Raiders are looking to get back into this game. What will it take is a miracle for them. Benoit, he'll clear this one into the Raiders, or into Brockville territory, make that. Lumsden now for the Brockville Braves, that is Jesse Lumsden. Up over to Peter Legostave. And leaves this one to Kerman, and we do have a bit of a stoppage here. Oops, Sandy. Oh no, one of the linesmen just fell into the ice. Okay, so I don't know what we had. Face-off is to the right of Nate Gillis. The shot, that one is stopped by Gillis. And goes over to Pollock. He's looking for Josh Caesar now for the Raiders. Goes over to Pollock. Caesar, one-timer! Oh, what a save made by Nate Gillis. That's some trouble written all over for Josh Caesar getting his third goal of the season. If you have a replay of this one, what a great chance by Josh Caesar. Did everything right. And that one missed the net. Goes over to Carter Williamson. And this is a great chance for the Braves. Shot on, and that one is stopped by Catstay Brandt. Shot on again, that is stopped by Brandt, and the rebound, and that was a juicy rebound, and Caden Bowler was not ready for that one. This is a great chance for Tyler Smith now for the Raiders. Back to Williamson. Friel now for the Raiders. Drops this back to Nadeau. Shoots! Save was made, rebound, they score! That was a great goal by Carter Williamson. It's his 6th goal of the season, and it is tied at 3 goals to 3. Wow. And if you have a nice replay of that one, Carter Williamson was able to, wait a minute. Is that being waved off? That was a great chance for the Nepean Raiders to get back into this game, and they were robbed of this one. See, if you see a replay of that, Nathan Nadeau with a really great pass, but I think that was off from a high stick by Carter Williamson. Man. I think Peter Friel's going off the penalty box instead? I think that goal just happened, the penalty just happened before the shot was even taken. That's as far as I know. Yeah, even one fan disagrees with me. Or disagrees with the referee, hey? Oh no, I'm expecting chance of ref, you suck. I don't know if that's going to happen, but... Alright, so we will wait and see on anything else that happens, but... man, Carter Williamson's just going to be shaking his head big time. So we have Benoit to the box. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Carter Williamson here wants to have that one back. had it counted, would have been tied 3-3. Right, so it'll be covered up by Otsara Cat State Brant. Right, so the Nepean Raiders will get a chance to kill off the penalty to Peter Friel. Yeah, and the Raiders are still devastated about that goal being waved off. It was on a high stick. Put the shot on, and Katsira Cat State Brant was alertedly watched in his back. And okay, so the Nepean Raiders they'll send this one to Brockville territory, as that will be part of their penalty kill. And this is shot on, and that one gets stopped by Cat State Brant off of Benares. 16:55 left to go in this third period. Remains 3-2 for the Brockville Braves. Okay, this one drops back to McNally at the shot, and that is stopped by Cat State Brant. Goes over to Peter Legastave. Oh, and Nick Holben, he wasn't ready for that pass, but this is a great chance for Declan Campbell. Short-handed breakaway of to Lumsden. Oh, and that one is stopped by Nate Gillis. Short-handed. That would have been a great way to respond for the Raiders. Perhaps this one back over to Lumsden. The shot on. That one is stopped by Cat State Brant. And he leaves this one up over to Trainer now for the Braves. Goes over to Jesse Lumsden for the Brockville Braves. Lumsden grabs this one back to Legastave with the shot, and he scores! Peter Legastave. That one was a bullet of a shot. And Peter Legastave with it makes this 4-2 for the Brockville Braves. Right, so that's exactly where it is. Okay, so make that Zach Miras, I think. Just waiting for the CCHL scoreboard to update just a little bit. In the meantime, it is 4-2 for the Brockville Braves. That one is stopped by Nate Gillis. So Benoit. Yep, so the Raiders now find themselves trailing 4-2. And this one goes up over to Legastave. Taylor back to Luca Benoit. Benoit now for the Raiders. And drops this back to David Taylor. Declan Campbell. It's in Brockville territory. Nick Holben, when he gets taken down to the ice. Thompson back to Taylor, the shot, whistle wide, and then rebound, and Gillis will make the save. So over to Dave Taylor. Campbell back to Taylor. Over to Spencer Thompson with the shot, and that one didn't miss by much. Yep. And the shots on net are 30 apiece, and it is 4-2 Brockville. All right, and that one is still in Nepean territory. Thompson goes over to Owen Sminham, and there is going to be a penalty. Maybe it could be a penalty shot, maybe? We'll just have to wait and see. Shoots on, save was made by Nate Gillis, and the rebound. And there's... Oh, Just a penalty. I thought it was going to be a penalty shot for some sorts. Okay, but nonetheless, this will be a great opportunity to help the Nepean Raiders get back in the game. And it's going to be a cross-checking minor. Okay, and it will go against Max Treppo for the Brockville Braves. Yeah, he doesn't like that call, but okay, that's what gets the Nepean Raiders bench all pumped up. And Brockville will win the face-off. He grabs this one to Carroll. Back over to John Lumsden. Oh, a bit of a weak shot there. Hubin now for the Raiders. He has one of two Nepean's goals. Campbell grabs this one back to Hubin. Campbell back over to John Lumsden. Lumsden waits, comes back to Nick Hubin. It's shot on. I think Nate Gillis got a piece of this one. He should be okay. Right, so that will just about happen. And with 1:21 left to go in the Nepean Raiders power play, they're looking to score 2 goals before the game is over. Even still, that won't matter because the Raiders still had a great month of December, all things considered. Hubin, shot on. That one is stopped by Gillis. Drops this one over to Declan Campbell. John Lumsden over to Liam Carroll. Back to Lumsden. Back to Carroll. That's what they'll do for part of this power play. Campbell shoots, and that one missed the net, but I think Nate Gillis got a piece of this one. Carroll waits in. Oh, and Campbell misses that pass, but he has this one now. Carroll with the shot, and that one didn't miss by much. Oh, and there is going to be a delayed penalty call to Brockville. And this is a great opportunity for Benoit. That one goes offside, and it's going to be a tripping minor. So this is a 5-on-3 for the next 20 seconds. Oh, okay, so this is, so Campbell is going in the box, so I think this is going to be 4 wait, so 4 players each out of their own on the ice. I don't know why, but that's what we have nonetheless. Oh wait. Oh, yes, you can just disregard what I just said here, folks. All right, so 20 seconds on their 5-on-3. So here's Williamson. When I said it was right. Thompson back to Taylor. Over to Williamson with the shot. That one is stopped by Gillis. Right, so... Oh, okay, so it'll just be even strength then. Okay. They just get things a little bit mixed up, but that's okay. And here's Treppo. Grabs this one back over to Henry with the shot. That one is stopped by Osira Ketste-Brandt with 11:49 left to go in this third period, and it is 4-2 Brockville. Oh. Okay, so Zach Veneris with his 4th goal of the year, and it's his 3rd of the game, so he completed the hat trick. So, right, so Veneris with the hat trick. It's his 4th of the season and 3rd of the game. He drops this one back to Nathan Nadeau. lost his footing for a little bit. McNally for the Braves. Leaves this one. Shot on. That one missed the nets. Leaves this one to Owen Kingen. Oh, and Smedham just went tumbling down into the ice. 11:15 left to go in this third period, and the Brockville Braves have a 4-2 lead. And the puck battle continues in Nepean territory. They all were whacking at it, and it scores free. Right, and the Raiders are forced to move back due to a delayed offside, and they're safe now. With 10:42 left to go in this third period, Brockville has a 4-2 lead. Shoots and they score! Alex Cote with a one-timer. It's his 4th goal of the season, and Alex Cote extends the Brockville Braves lead to 5-2. Right, so we wait for a little bit. I'm not sure why that is, but... Right, so... I guess we'll just wait and see what goes on here for a little bit. So let's see if our CCHL... Okay, so the Rockland Nationals, they just won in Pembroke by a final score of 2-1. All right, so let's see who scored that game-winning goal for the Brockland Nationals. Oh, it was Gabriel Leholier with his 18th goal of the season. All right, so that stands as the game-winning goal. So that's how the Brockland Nationals won their game, by a final score of 2-1. And that one drops over to Mikhail Carryman for the Nepean Raiders. He drops this one back to Dave Taylor. We'll move this one to Josh Caesar. Goes over to Taylor. Back over to Spencer Thompson. Back to David Taylor. Oh, and that was almost a horrific giveaway by Mikhail Karaman. 9:45 left to go in this third period. Braves have a 5-2 lead. Oh, and Nate Gillis just went out of control, but thankfully, though, that was no goal. So 9:30 left to go in this third period, and the Braves have a 5-2 lead. He'll lead this one over to Tristan Fidel. And goes over to John Lumsden for the Raiders. Drops this one over to Liam Harry. He's from Mississauga, Ontario, and that will be an icing, and I'm not sure why the buzzer went off a little bit. Right, so just to let you guys know, January 10th is going to be the trade or signing deadline for the Raiders. Wait. Oh yes, the Braves said they haven't finished something just yet, so maybe that's why. Right, so face-off was won by the Raiders. And Carroll. And he'll drop this one over. And that one goes over to Hoobin. Carroll back to Hoobin for the Raiders. Or make that John Lumsden. And offside has been waved off. Goes over to Declan Campbell. Campbell with the shot, and that one goes out of play with 8:39 left to go in this third period, and the Brockville Braves have a 5-2 lead. Okay, just a refresher. The Carleton Place Canadians are all over the Campbell 73s, leading by a score of 5-1. Wow. Wow, they're just, this second period has been nasty to the Campbell 73s, as Carleton Place has scored 4 goals in that second period. And that one remains in Brockville territory. Goes over to Smith and leaves this one to Caden Bowler. And leaves this one to Brendan Paluzak. Back to Bowler. Drops this one back over to Harry. That one missed the net. And Brockville looking for their 6th goal of the season, of the game. That doesn't happen. And offside has been waved off. Spencer Thompson now for the Raiders. He'll clear this one to Brockville territory. 7:50 left to go in this third period, and the Brockville Braves have a 5-2 lead against the Raiders. That one is stopped by Osira Katste Brandt. We'll leave this one over to Dave Taylor. Over to Caesar. Josh Caesar is being watched in by Vital Dene. Leaves this one over to McNally. McNally with the shot. A pad save was made by Osira Katste Brandt. And there is going to be a penalty call to the Raiders, and that one is for hooking. And we end up seeing Nate Gillis go to the bench, but everything will be safe for now. And Nate Gillis, he's a native of Pickering, Ontario. Right, so there'll be a face-off into Grant's left. And the face-off was won by the Raiders. And he'll leave this one to Declan Campbell. Campbell now for the Raiders. That's part of their penalty kill. It's been pretty good. And like I said, the Raiders had their power play goal overturned thanks to a high sticking, well, the goal was touched in by a high stick. So yeah, tough break for the Raiders, but and this one goes up over to Liam Henry. Oh, that one stayed in. And that will be part of the Raiders PK. And speaking of that, the Raiders PK will, or should I say the Brockville Braves power play is now canceled as Max Treppo, he'll get the gate for slashing. Wow, that kind of looked like a baseball swing. Ugh. Right, so the Raiders will win the face-off. Shot on is stopped by Nate Gillis. It's over to Nathan Nadeau now for the Raiders. Benoit now for the Raiders. I'll leave this one to Nathan Nadeau. 6:10 left to go in this third period. The Brockville Braves have a 5-2 advantage. Nadeau waits. Taylor shoots, and that one missed the net. And here's David Taylor. And when Benoit gets tripped up, and there is going to be a delay penalty call for tripping. I think for 32 seconds, the Raiders will be 4-on-3. As Jesse Lumsden will get the gate for tripping. Okay, and I guess, so we have a timeout being called. I think the Raiders head coach has a game plan as what he wants his team to do as they head into the final stages of the third period and try to generate some scoring chances. All right, so that will just about do it, and I think the Raiders are set up here. Oh wait, I think Cat State Branty's at the bench. So that's what this, okay, so this is a 5-on-3 situation now for the Raiders with Cat State Brant at the bench for an extra attacker. So good luck for the Raiders. See if they can win the face-off. Okay, they do. All right, so Campbell grabs this back to Liam Carroll. Lumsden. Carroll, one-timer, he scores! And for the second time today, the Nepean Raiders have scored 3. And it is Liam Carroll on the power play, and they are still on the power play. Wow, if you get a great replay of that, Liam Carroll with a shot off from the point. And no chance whatsoever for Nate Gillis. And it is 5-3, the Brockville Braves lead. Yep, I was right for Liam Carroll. Okay, so that will just about do it for the Raiders penalty killing part. And now this is a power play situation for the Raiders. Benoit, what a move, shoot on, and that one did not miss by much. Ooh, and I think the Raiders wanted a penalty on that one, didn't get it. All right, and he'll drop this one back to Declan Campbell with 1 minute left to go in the Raiders power play. Shoots, and a glove save was made by Nate Gillis. Okay, so the Raiders finally got an answer with that power play goal overturn earlier in the third period. Okay, so the Raiders now need 2 goals to tie the game. So Hubin will win the face-off. Carroll, he has a goal of this one. One-timer, and that one did not miss by much. So with 43 seconds left to go in the power play, Cut State Brant, he'll just leave this one to John Lumsden. Lumsden, good move. And he'll leave this one to Hubin. Back to Liam Carroll. Benoit now, ooh, and that was a great watch by, oh yeah, Liam Harry. So Carroll drops this one to Lumsden, the shot, that one gets blocked by Zach Benares. Lumsden, with the Raiders have 10 seconds to go in the power play. Carroll with the shot on it, and he scores! Cue the comeback as Liam Carroll with his second goal of the game. And the Raiders made this a 1-goal game again on the power play. If you look at the replay of this one, it was almost the same goal from the earlier one off the point, and it is 5-4 Brockville. Okay, so I think the Brockville Braves have called this a timeout as Dustin Traylon does not want to let this game slip away from them. Yeah. And like I said, I know the Raiders are getting two goals, both of them from Liam Carroll. And yes, and now they just need one more goal to tie this game at 5. Only time will tell if it will. And the Brockville Braves will win this face-off. Taylor grabs this one back. Ooh, and I think Carter Williamson went tumbling into the ice. Taylor for the Nepean Raiders will drop this one back over to Tyler Smith. Put this one into Brockville Braves territory. One more goal, it will be epic. And that's how he would have set up this whole finale in this one. And we'll lead this one over to Aiden Erdbach for the Brockville Braves. Legastaff over to Ryan McNally. McNally shoots, and that one missed the net. He didn't miss by much, though. Thompson, leave this one in center ice. Oh no, and Williamson missed that one. It just would have had a great scoring chance for the Brockville Braves. With 2:46 left to go in this third period, and the Brockville Braves have a 5-4 lead. They're in danger of losing the lead. Nepean forced back on a delayed offside. No offside there. And this is a good chance for Nick Hubin. Hubin drops this back to Lumsden. Benoit now for the Raiders. Cat State Brand going to the bench for an extra attacker, and they do right now. Okay? This is a 6-on-5 situation now for the Raiders. Campbell goes over to Benoit. Carroll over to John Lumsden. Carroll drops this one back to Luca Benoit now for the Raiders. And the puck battle continues in Brockville territory. Hubin over to Carroll. Shoots! And that one is stopped by Nate Gillis. Carroll over to Hubin. Shot on by, not ready to take that shot yet. Benoit waits in. Carroll shoots! Save was made by Nate Gillis. And there's a race for it, and no icing on this one. Okay. And Nepean is looking for the equalizer to tie this game at 5. A turnover! And everything will be safe for now. Lumsden waits in for the Raiders. This is an exciting third period from start to finish. And this one goes over to Lumsden now for the Raiders. Less minute to play in the third period. They need a goal now. This is a great opportunity, though. Williamson waits in. Ooh. There's a race for it, and that one is in Brockville territory, and the Raiders will get a chance to reset. And so far, we're not seeing anything yet. Fidel now for the Brockville Braves. Goes over to Spencer Thompson. Thompson. And that was goes tumbling in. And icing has been waved off, and Well, it looks like the Nepean Raiders' comeback falls short as the Brockville Braves hold on to defeat the Nepean Raiders 5-4. Ugh. Like I said, Nepean pressed the attack, and, they did that pretty well. Lots of great chances for the Raiders. We got 2 goals from Liam Carroll. I think that's pretty good. But it's not good enough as, well, the Raiders' comeback, like I said, falls short, unfortunately. Alright, so the Nepean Raiders will conclude their month of December going 4-2-0, which is pretty solid. Pretty solid month of December, all things considered, for the Nepean Raiders. Okay, so let's take a look at, let's have a flashback at what just happened in that third period, shall we? Oh, or in the game, I should say. Alright, so Nick Hoopin opened the scoring for the Raiders. It's his 5th goal of the year, just from Carter Williamson and Nathan Nadeau. John Lumsden, he had his 3rd goal of the season, assist from Liam Carroll, and that one on the power play. They maintained a 2-0 lead going into the second period, and when the Brockville Braves substituted Trey Caraculo with Nate Gillis, that's when the Brockville Braves really turned things around, as Zach Beniers scored twice in that second period. Vital Dene with the only other goal in that second period. Well, the Raiders, apparently, they did score to tie the game at 3 when Carter Williamson scored to tie the game at 3, but that was called off on a high stick. And Beniers with the hat trick, and Alex Cote with the goals for the Brockville Braves in this third period. Nepean made things pretty interesting when Liam Carroll scored twice in that third period, both on the power play, but yeah, like I said, the Brockville Braves and the Nepean Raiders comeback unfortunately just falls short. But hey, lots of things to be excited for the Nepean Raiders. Yeah, just to let you know, their next game will be on Sunday, January 5th, when the Carleton Place Canadians come to town. That is when that will be their first game of the 2025 portion on the season. Right, so let's take a look at our out-of-town scoreboards. The Rockland Nationals won their game at the Pembroke Memorial Center 2-1 in OT against the Pembroke Lumber Kings. Jason Alagria with the only goal of the game for the Pembroke Lumber Kings. It's his 31st goal of the season. That puts him in first place in the CCHL in the goal department. Anthony Hall scored to tie and 1-1 a minute later in the second period. The score remained 1-1 until Gabriel Leholier, also with his 18th goal of the year, has won the game for the Rockland Nationals. Another game, it's happening right now. The Carleton Place Canadians are all over the Campbell 73s. Loic Prudhomme had scored the hat trick in that second period. Carleton Place scored 1. 4 of those happened in the second